I'm joined now by Isaac Wright, former executive director, Correct the Record Super PAC, and the principal pro-Clinton Super PAC in 2016, and Brian McGuire, former chief of staff to Republican Senator Mitch McConnell and policy director at Brownstein Hyatt Farber Schreck. Can you guys possibly have longer titles? My gosh. All right. So, Brian, in light of Republicans trying to get their secret health care bill through without any committee hearings or public debate, Senate Democrats are now saying that they're going to begin objecting today to committees meeting beyond 2 hours after the Senate comes into session. Do you have a problem with that?
I think that what this is fundamentally a rescue mission that Republicans are undertaking here. And I don't think it works for Democrats to complain about process after they impose nationalized health care on 320 million people on Christmas Eve on a party line vote. So Republicans are on a rescue mission, and I don't ever remember anybody in a sinking ship complaining that the Coast Guard got there too quickly.
Okay, but Isaac, I mean, the next 2 weeks are critical if there's going to be a Senate vote on health care before the 4th of July deadline, which was set by McConnell. The question is that enough time?
Well, Leader McConnell is saying that the vote will happen next week, I think, is the scuttlebutt on the Hill. That's what's being passed around, which at a maximum means you'd have a week to look at the legislation, unlike months that you had to look at the ACA. Republicans are making a deliberate effort to do this in the dark and to hide it from the American people and their constituents. And it's because it's going to cost 27 million Americans their health care. It's going to give lifetime caps to 20 million Americans who at their sickest, when they've paid into insurance all their lives, may say, oh, now the insurance doesn't cover me anymore. You're going to see a 50% increase in children without health insurance and access to health care. These are terrible consequences and lives on the line. There's a reason why Republicans are doing it in secret.
Brian, pertaining to the secret meetings that we keep talking about, Democratic Senator Charles Schumer said the following, and I want to quote him. Have your reaction. As we've made clear to our Republican colleagues, if they continue to insist on ramming through a secret health care bill without any public input or debate, they shouldn't expect business as usual in the Senate. Before passing a massive bill that will affect the lives of every single American, there ought to be a rigorous and robust debate in committees and a full debate on the floor. Now, Brian, if you look back to when Democrats passed the Affordable Care Act, I don't remember Republicans being allowed into those meetings. How is this time any different?
I think that's right. I think Democrats imposed this bill on the country in a way that the country rejected in 4 successive elections. The public has asked Republicans to do something about that. Republicans are now acting with haste to do something to protect the public from this bill that they've told us they don't want. And it doesn't work for Chuck Schumer, who spearheaded that effort 7 years ago, to now complain that the process is somehow not fair.
Okay, but Isaac, I mean,
let's set the record straight and just get the facts out. That vote was after 25 days of debate, after months of having the bill published online, not only for senators to read, but for the American people to read. That vote took place. The vote we're talking about to happen next week will be limited to 20 hours of debate, after the ACA had 25 days of debate in the U.S. Senate. So let's be clear. You know, I'm just a simple country boy. Maybe my clock is different than the ones here in Washington, but my clock says 25 days is a lot different than 20 hours.
Brian, he makes a point. I mean, as far as the secret meetings are concerned, the one thing that Democrats want is a public stage for debate. And back when Obamacare was born, the Senate Finance Committee actually did hold more than 50 hearings on health reform. So is there any chance that these secret meetings will be open to debate?
I would just point out that the handful of issues that are under discussion right now are very widely known, and everyone understands what the handful of issues that Republicans are trying to work out are. And once they work them out, and they're in a lunch right now where I think they're probably discussing them, those issues hopefully will be resolved. I expect they will be. And everybody will have ample opportunity to discuss them and to see them and to see what Republicans have come up with.
All right. Brian McGuire,
that's just
Isaac
not
Wright.
true. Ample time. Right now, Leader McConnell yesterday would not agree to at least guarantee 10 hours to view the bill before a vote. 10 hours? That's not ample time, not compared to the 25 days of debate that took place previously.
All right, we got to call it there. Brian McGuire, Isaac Wright, thank you both for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
John.